We tend to do a lot of planning and preparation for our birth experience, but as far as it comes to the postpartum season and motherhood, we just get thrown into the deep end. So is it really any wonder why postpartum depression is on the rise for a lot of mummies? So much so that in the Western world, suicide is one of the leading causes of death for mothers in the first year after birth. We are struggling. We need help. This can and should be changed. You deserve to delight in that first year of motherhood, to have the best possible start so that you can really enjoy this season of your life, not just get your head down and get through it. Imagine being able to enter your motherhood era with confidence and with clarity and truly taking so much joy in the day-to-day of raising children. Healthy mothers raise healthy families. And setting women up to succeed, that creates a healthier mother. So today we're going to talk about 8 things that we can do to truly delight in this postpartum season. Number 1, prepare for the postpartum season. Imagine being gifted a book that has the important information you're going to need to know in bite-sized chunks. It's an interactive book that is made especially for the mother during those first 3 months to get you off to a good start. I am making this for you. I'm working really hard at it. I want it to be the most helpful book ever created for mothers in the 0 to 3 month range. And so if you would like to be notified when this comes out, there's a link down in the description. Number 2, take a breastfeeding class. This is something I did not do. I took a birth prep class. I took how to breathe during labor kind of class. But I never thought to take a breastfeeding class because I just assumed it would come naturally. You just put the baby on the breast and then they feed and that's it, right? It's not. Hopefully it is that way for you. I really hope it is. But for a lot of the mummies that I work with, it can be difficult. And I struggled a lot during that first year, especially emotionally, because you think it's natural, right? It should just happen. You should just be able to get this. But I struggled with it. So I felt like that meant something about me, that I was having a hard time with something that is so natural and normal and people do it all the time and they've done it for centuries. So there's something wrong with me. And it just set me off on this downward spiral. I didn't understand breastfeeding. I didn't understand how to increase milk supply. I didn't understand how to be comfortable. I thought you just are in pain and you just deal with pain. And so I was wrong, by the way. Don't tolerate pain. So I wish I had signed up for a breastfeeding class and got myself off on a really strong foot. A lot of the times, the moms that I work with as a breastfeeding specialist, I'll go to their homes and I'll check in on them and I'll see what's happening. And they've called me because they're struggling. And they have spent days in pain. And they left the hospital feeling like a failure. It's something that could have been solved in the hospital with proper education and proper support. And a lot of mummies don't get that. I always have this one hair that just kind of wants to stick in the middle of my forehead. Alfalfa. Number 3, schedule in some joy. And I think as a human being, you need to be scheduling in joy for each day, whether it's a delicious cup of coffee or a good book. I won't lift up mine because it's about murder. Or a walk or being alone. Find a way to schedule in some joy because we have to be intentional about it during this season. If we're not intentional, honestly, we just get caught up in all the whirlwind of activities and we're reactive. We're just reacting to what happens instead of driving and creating and making things happen. Because you are a powerful person. You are an active part of your story, of your life. And so to create moments of joy in your day, this is important. And it can be a delicious cup of coffee. Can be a good book. It could be a walk. It could be sitting and coloring with your kids. It could be painting. It could be whatever it is. You know what you love. So schedule in moments in your day to just make it a little more special.
This is editing Jessica. I realized I completely skipped step number 4. But step number 4 is finding your community of support. A lot of support groups have been huge in helping moms go through this first year of parenting with more confidence. And look into your area, look at what's available. La Leche League is a great resource. Otherwise, you can create your own mom group, or you can join ours.
Step 5, prioritize healthy relationships. The first few years of raising children, a lot of partnerships and romantic relationships and marriages, they kind of go down. The satisfaction level dips quite a bit for a lot of people, but it doesn't have to be this way. There are studies done on how to stay happy after having a child, how to be happy together. And there are simple steps that we can put. Simple doesn't always mean easy, right? But it is simple. It is 1, partner, be involved. Change diapers, feed baby, take baby for walks. Make moments in your day to connect with each other. Ask open-ended questions, check in, and make your coming together and your partings, so the times that you say good morning to each other, or hello, welcome back home, and the times that you say goodbye to each other, make those intentional. Make eye contact. Give each other a hug or a kiss. And this also extends even to our wider circle. A lot of the times, mummies, after we've had our babies, we get isolated. It is hard to leave the house sometimes, and it's hard to manage because we're in this time of like rapid growth and rapid learning. It changes after you have kids sometimes. And I find that I have to be more intentional with my friends. I need to ask them to come over. I need to ask them to go meet up. I have to pursue the friendship a lot of the times. And it can be easy to just be like, I've got so much on my plate, I really can't do this. But I have the blessing of having some of the most incredible human beings I've ever known in my life. And I want to be intentional with keeping that relationship going. And it can be really hard to do. But making time and being intentional with it, like really crafting moments of connection with the people who build us up, make us better. This is really important. And this will help us enjoy motherhood even more. Number 6, embracing self-care, a healthy version of self-care. It is a good and a beautiful life to really prioritize taking care of your children. And you cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to be healthy in order to do this. Now, in our culture that increasingly prioritizes self-care, me first, it's important to include as well that self-care does not mean neglecting our responsibilities to care for other people. Nurturing and taking care of yourself is important. In this season of life, I really do want to put my family and my kids first. I want to give them a magnificent childhood, and I want to enjoy raising them. And so I've got to figure out the balance, right? I have my responsibilities, and I believe that taking care of myself and being healthy and being a whole, complete person and, doing hobbies, having my hobbies around me and all my books behind me. I need to have hobbies. I need to have things that set me apart even as a mummy, and I'm developing myself as a person. And I do this, I dig into my hobbies, I dig into the things that I love so that I can give my family the very best part of me, so that I can be charged and ready and full and fill their cups up and be able to slow down and look at my kids and figure out what is the needful thing for me to do. It is important. It is so important. And I think understanding your why is pivotal. Number 7 is practicing gratitude and celebrating the wins. There have been a lot of studies lately on the importance of gratitude and what it does to our brain and what it does to our perception and how powerful it can be just to find things to say thank you for. Regularly expressing gratitude, it's been linked to reduced levels of depression and anxiety. And a study in 2003 found that individuals who kept weekly gratitude journals reported higher levels of positive emotions, they felt more connected to others, and they had a greater life satisfaction compared to those who did not. Other studies have found that a regular gratitude practice, it contributes to lower blood pressure, better sleep, and an improved immune function. So it really is powerful to be a grateful person and to express gratitude. Another part of it is celebrating the wins, right? because I am somebody who constantly writes a checklist of things to do. And I will look at all the remaining things on my checklist and feel like, oh, you didn't do it, instead of looking at what I checked off and celebrating it. So finding something each day to even be grateful to yourself for doing can be huge in building your self-confidence. Even if it's, I really wanted to yell, but I stepped away and took a breath. And that was a huge win for me. And I have to celebrate that, because that will build my self-confidence, and that will build the way that I view myself as a winner. And step 8 is celebrate milestones. Whether these are your baby's milestones or your milestones, we have life. We have the gift of life, and we have the gift of raising other lives. And we should celebrate when big things happen. We should celebrate when there is growth, whether it's physical, cognitive, emotional, growth of any kind. Let's celebrate it. Life is too short. Life is so short. And it's worth celebrating. It's worth celebrating the little things, and it's worth celebrating the big things. I am working on creating a book that helps guide mothers through the first 90 days. I'm really excited about it. If you want to be in the wait list for when this comes out, there's a link down below. And if you are already a mother, if you are raising children and you want to take your motherhood even more intentionally, you want to be surrounded by a community of other mothers who are celebrating with you. If you just don't know where to start, we have a group. You can join our newsletter below. Each month, you'll get a PDF and ways to simplify and reduce overwhelm and even more. Take ownership of this role that you have. It is powerful and it is important. Craft a family life that you are proud of and that you truly do enjoy. These years of raising children, they're magical years, and they're hard years, and they're years that we can enjoy. I do want you to know that you are doing such a fantastic job. The fact that you're even here, it means you're taking this really seriously. You're a good parent. I'm proud of you. I hope it helps. And if you're feeling low, I have a video to talk a little bit more about that. I hope it helps. Love ya. See you, pizza.